Okay, everybody, we're back. Second Cabral HouseCall of the weekend. Hopefully you got to tune in yesterday. If you want to tune into yesterday's show, is 3438. And for today's questions, if you want to follow along, head on over to stevencabral.com/3439. Let's dive into the community's questions. Let's see what they are saying on all things health and wellness and anti-aging and high performance health and whatever else your goal may be. Let's try to tackle that. All right, Ashley's up first. Ashley says, hi, Dr. Ball. Thank you for everything you do and sharing your knowledge. Appreciate that, Ashley. I'm a little confused on how to repair and keep the gut healthy. It seems like there might be proper steps in the process. Can you explain what to do first when you're trying to clean up your gut and then maintain a healthy gut in terms of when to take pro and prebiotics, adding fermented foods? What does that process look like from the start? Okay, so I'm going to try to make this really succinct. If you can, you want to run the big three. It's the gut bundle, the bacteria and parasite stool test, which looks at bacteria in the gut and parasites and H. pylori. The Candida metabolic and vitamins test, which looks at bacteria, vitamin levels, and it looks at yeast overgrowth or Candida. And then the IgG food sensitivity test, which looks at 193 foods and which ones you might be sensitive to. Okay, so that's what you do first. And then if needed, you'll do the parasupport protocol for parasites, mastic gum for H. pylori. But again, I'm not giving medical advice, medical diagnosis, medical treatment plans, or medical cures in any way. I'm just talking how I would do things for my practice and my family and myself. All right. And then we would do the CBO protocol for Candida overgrowth or bacterial overgrowth in the gut. And then after that, we would do the CBO finisher. And that heals and seals the gut wall if there was any leaky gut. Okay, there we have it. Then what we want to do from there is we would, of course, eliminate the foods that were higher on our food sensitivity and keep the rest in. And typically there's only a few. And then what we would want to do, well, we would want a healthy eating nutrition plan. And I've got so many healthy eating nutrition plans, but basically it's a Mediterranean style diet. That's essentially what we want. Lots of fruits and veggies. What does that mean? It means that that's going to be all the prebiotics you need. I don't think that you need a lot of prebiotic fiber. Do I recommend some psyllium husk and things like that in my practice? Yes, but that's actually typically for satiety, cholesterol, blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, and other issues. So that's when I add 5 grams of psyllium husk 2 to 3 times a day. Okay, so that's your prebiotics. Then a probiotic, we use the daily probiotic support. 2 capsules upon waking, 2 before bed, 1 upon waking, 1 before bed, however you want to do it, away from food, works great. And then do you eat fermented foods? Well, that's up to the individual. But a tablespoon of fermented veggies, if you're able to process those, if you don't have high histamines and you do fine with them, then no issues at all. Go with the fermented like sauerkraut or fermented beets or whatever it is that you like. I think that that could be great as well. So that's kind of the simplified version, but that's a great way to be able to do it and then maintain good, healthy gut. And then most people just need 3 meals per day. I've got lots of shows on intermittent fasting. All those things are in there. Why going low carb for too long is bad for the gut microbiome. So all of these are at stevencabral.com/podcasts. All right, Gina is up next. Gina says, hi, Dr. Ball. I am almost 3 years in remission from breast cancer, which was discovered at age 32, 6 months postpartum. I've been placed on hormone blocking therapy to suppress estrogen, but I'm considering coming off to try to have a second child. Limited studies suggest there's not an increased risk of recurrence with pregnancies, which I don't understand, but I hope is true. I was hoping you had guidance with how to give my body the best chance at pregnancy after meds, as I have a small window and want to set myself up for success. I do level 1 protocol and immunity. I've done functional medicine and heavy metal detoxes, CBO and mold protocols this year. I've had preeclampsia in my first pregnancy and hoping to avoid that again. Thanks so much. And I know you can't give medical advice or treatment plans. Great. Thank you, Gina. You're ahead of me. All right. So understand where you're coming from. You want to be able to return your natural levels of estrogen and progesterone back to a healthy level. Totally get that. You've done so many great protocols like your functional medicine detoxes and heavy metal detox that I definitely recommend before getting pregnant. Okay, so now here's what we want to do. If you come off the medication, you can obviously try to conceive right away. If you are not successful, I recommend after 4 weeks to 6 weeks after coming off the medication that you run 1 lab, and it's called the stress mood and metabolism test. It will look at cortisol levels, thyroid levels, because that can be harmful for not getting pregnant as well, your estrogen levels and your progesterone levels. If progesterone is low, we'll use something called progesterone support, all herbal, all natural. If estrogen levels are low, we'll use something called estrogen support. And we'll give you a lot of other tips, of course, as well. So that's what I recommend. And honestly, I'm in the same boat as you because I can't get medical advice, right? So I would say if this was my wife, I would say, yeah, we're going to get the body healthy. We're going to be using omega-3s. We're going to be using all natural products to keep inflammation levels low, not allow a lot of environmental estrogens in the body, and try to get pregnant naturally and enjoy the process. So I'm in the same boat as you. And yeah, absolutely. Okay. Gina's up next. Gina says, sorry, I just answered Gina's. Apologies, Gina. Chris is up next. Chris says, Dr. Brawl, we are forever grateful to you, Erica, Julia, and your entire EcoLife team for helping us identify and heal from toxic mold. Happy to hear that, Chris. Not that you had toxic mold, but that we played some small part. And I always like to give credit where credit's due. And I have an amazing team. Erica, Julia, the whole EcoLife team, the whole Cabral wellness team, the whole IHP wellness team. And, it takes an army. They do such an amazing job. I mean, they really do an amazing job. And I wouldn't be able to open up this document like I do every weekend and read it and answer these questions if it wasn't for all them. They put all this together. They put in all those hours behind the scenes. I'm just in front of the camera. All right. But Chris goes on to say, we are now vigilantes with air quality, including the IQ Air throughout our home and cars. We found a company from a product called Wells Air Purifiers that we bought in addition to using the IQ Air throughout our home. It complements the IQ Air or the ear doctors that you use as they act differently. Have you heard of Wells Air Company devices and technology? And if so, have you considered doing a Friday review on it? Looking forward to your expert opinion and analysis on this. Thank you. Note, I'm not affiliated with the company. I'm just an enthusiastic user. Great. Yeah, happy to help. And always happy to talk about great products. If you go to stephencabral.com/resources, not everybody knows that page exists. I have hundreds of other companies' products. I love promoting great products. Okay. And yes, IQ Air, Air Doctor, those are all great ones. So I do know of this company. I have not promoted them yet. And that is because I am slow to promote because I want to make sure that there are no side effects. And I am not yet ready to use this in my own home or promote it for others. Now, it is not ozone. They are creating reactive oxygen species like nature would to eradicate smoke and a lot of mold and other things like that in your home. So there's big benefit there. And it does seem safe, all natural, and that they don't last for that long in the air as well. If I use, again, I have to just do more research and get comfortable with it. I mean, I spent over a year looking at hydrogen water before I used it, right? So I need to spend a good 6 months really getting comfortable and looking at this product, probably testing out myself for at least a month or 2 months minimum before I recommend it. So the review won't come out for at least 6 months or so because I've got some more thoughts about this. Just because if there's reactive oxygen species being created, if you overcreate them and you were to breathe them in, it could be a potential issue. But again, this is more mimicking nature than trying to produce extra. It's not ozone. So this is, again, me just externally processing. I do believe that this is most likely a safe product. I do believe that this is most likely beneficial. I want to put more research into it. I then want to use the product. And then how I would use it, just to let you know, at least in the beginning till I felt more comfortable, I would use it when we weren't home a lot of the time. And then I would probably turn it off when we were home. But then eventually I would reach a level of comfort like, this is good. This is okay. And then I might use it all the time. So I like where your mind's at, Chris, and I have seen this, just not ready yet to give it my seal of approval. Doesn't mean it's not good, doesn't mean it's not ready, but I need more time because when I approve a product, I mean, I can't think of one I had to go back on. I don't like to go back on products. I want to make sure that they're very safe. All right. Jana is up next, or Jana. Hello, I need your help. I've been struggling with insomnia for the last 1.5 months. I'm not sure what is causing it, as it seems I am doing everything right. I eat whole foods, I fast, I do strength training 3 times a week. I'm not sure what is causing this chronic stress, as I wake up around 1 to 3 with very bad dreams. Even though I feel tired, my body doesn't allow me to go back to sleep. Okay, happy to help with this from one insomniac to another. I was an insomniac, not for 1.5 months. Unfortunately, all through my teens and 20s. Different people have insomnia for different reasons. I have a whole sleep podcast category. You can go to stephencabral.com/podcast, scroll through the fun little images at the top. You can go to the sleep-based show and you can see all the shows on sleep. But what I'll tell you is this: if it's only been 1.5 months, this is good news because you'll be able to trace back 1.5 months ago. You wrote in on May 21st. So I'll talk to you just like as if I was chatting with a client. What did you begin in March or April that was new? Might not have been right away. New medication, new supplement, new diet, new exercise plan, new food. Like, what was it that was new? What is causing this change? Birth control, acid reflux, allergy medication. Allergy medications for sure could cause this insomnia. Anything different with fasting, because this could be low blood sugar, waking you up, hypoglycemia. But here's the thing. I always ask my client, especially, that's why I love working with clients. If something more recent is happening, great. Let's just go back in time. Let's go back 90 days. What happened during that time? What did you change? Oh, I can't really think of anything. Okay, well, let's go through it. Does your diet look different? Any foods on a daily basis? Any supplements? Even if you think it's no big deal, what could have been different? Maybe even skincare, like what you're putting on your skin. Let's look at what all of these things might be. I think you'll be able to find your answer. All right. One more question today, and it's from Stacy. Stacy says, how long is beneficial for daily rebounding? It's a great question. So this answer might surprise you, but you only need 5 minutes to 10 minutes to get the benefits of rebounding. Why rebound, or jump on a little mini trampoline in general, or just even jump up and down like jumpy jacks, or jump roping? Because it moves the lymphatic system. It helps move waste out of the cells and nutrients to then the cells. So it's really great for your overall health and your body. Helps with inflammation, many other things. Okay, but I will tell you this. The most benefit is actually from doing it 2 to 3 times a day. And I haven't talked about that lately. But instead of doing 1 10-minute a day, if you could do 2 5s, maybe shortly after waking or an hour after waking, and then maybe before dinner, great time to do it, right? So it's like 2 5-minute to 10-minute a day is even better. If you're looking for the benefits with cellulite or weight loss or like real detox, try to do 5 to 10 minutes, 2 to 3 times a day. Absolutely. If you're looking for bone health or cardiovascular benefits, 10 minutes to 20 minutes, once or twice a day. So the longer period of time keeps the heart rate going a little bit longer, and there's more impact in a row, and that repetitive motion on the bones. Again, you don't want to start there. You start with 3 minutes, right? And you can work your way up, but that can be better for the bones, and that can be better for your heart as well. So a little bit different, again, like everything, right? Everything is bio-individualized. So hopefully that was helpful, Stacy. Thank you everybody for tuning into today's show. I appreciate you. I appreciate this community so much. And of course, if any of these questions were beneficial, do feel free to share them with anyone you believe they could serve. I'll be back tomorrow with a brand new Cabral concept. Take care. Thanks so much for tuning into today's show. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I want to make sure that you're getting our daily content, not missing out on anything functional medicine, wellness, weight gain, weight loss, anti-aging, living longer, stronger, and all of the most cutting-edge research. And if there's any topics you want to hear, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Take care.